Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk with the Birdman. This time, I wanted to talk about the Netflix film Bright, starring Will Smith, Joel Edgerton, and Noomi Rapace. Holy shit, this movie sucked. A little backstory. I'd seen the trailer for this film almost a year ago, and it looked like one of the most badass films of the year, and I was unbelievably hyped for this to drop. I'm an enormous fan of Will Smith. I like David Ayer's previous projects a lot. I mean, this guy wrote End of Watch and Training Day, so how the fuck did he botch this so badly? Okay, so Bright is a movie about two LAPD officers in a world where fantasy meets the gritty Los Angeles underbelly. Seriously, this movie is End of Watch meets Training Day meets World of Warcraft. Wait, what? And in this world, you have humans, orcs, elves, and magic wands that turn anyone that touches them into confetti, unless you're a Bright, a supposedly one in a million being capable of using the wand for magic. These wands have the ability to grant wishes to those that can handle it, and in a world full of gangbanger orcs and dirty cops, you can kind of guess where the story goes. And that's just the problem. The story goes nowhere. I've seen more robust plots in porn films. Will Smith's character Ward and Joel Edgerton's character Nick Jacoby are partners in the LAPD. Jacoby is the first orc police officer in the LAPD, but due to some big war thousands of years ago, humans and elves hate orcs in the present day, so they treat them like a second class citizen. One day, while out on the job, Ward and Jacoby stop for lunch, and an orc makes an attempt on Ward's life. While Ward is incapacitated, Jacoby gives chase, and somehow the orc gets away. Ward goes on to resent Jacoby for this, and here lies my first big problem with this film. Will Smith is an absolute dick in this film. It's just not enjoyable to watch him be an asshole for 2 hours. I mean, it gets old after the first 5 minutes, and then they keep going on and wrapping it up and up. I mean, most of his vitriol is aimed at the meek and naive Jacoby, and it just makes the conflict feel forced. Even worse is the tone of this film, which is absolutely all over the place. This film can't tell if it wants to be a comedy, a crime drama, a fantasy, or a kids' film. You see, you think I'm kidding about that last part, don't you? Well, there's a fucking Tinkerbell flying towards the screen at the end of the film. Ward cracks Will Smith jokes at moments that seem like a Will Smith joke might just be inappropriate. And then, in the next moment, he's shouting R rated expletives at Jacoby or at an orc gang member. Will Smith tries to be some tough guy in this film, and it just comes off forced and laughable. There are some interesting ideas in this movie, though, namely the premise of the film. What would the world of Warcraft be like if it were set in near future Los Angeles? The elves having their own district and being uber rich to the point that everyone in that district is driving a McLaren or a Lamborghini, it's a pretty awesome idea. But every single idea in this film seems woefully underdeveloped. You barely get to see Elvestown, and after one brief scene, they never go back to it. There's a subplot with Ward's daughter that involves her being upset with Ward going back to work after taking some time off after the attempt on his life. However, the movie ends without ever revisiting that idea. It's almost as if the director forgot to film those scenes, and when he remembered, he was like, fuck it, we can have a fake ass demon Tinkerbell flying at the screen, and maybe people won't notice this movie never went anywhere. Swing! Notice I haven't said anything about the villains of the movie? Neither did I. I mean, this movie needed a conflict in order to drive the dental floss plot forward, so it threw some villains in the mix, I guess? I mean, I don't know. I couldn't tell who the villains of the film were. Everybody is dirty, or seemed dirty, and Will Smith is a jerk. Jacoby's just getting punked the entire film, even though he can lift a truck. The cops are all dirty. The gangbangers are doing gangbangerly things. And the feds are basically Mulder and Scully if Mulder and Scully were trained by Yamcha. And the whole film just boils down to what would happen if you gave a World of Warcraft fan $90 million and said, do that, but like Training Day. So I guess you guys need a rating since I assume you'd feel cheated if I didn't give it a final rating. So, butt cheeks. This movie is butt cheeks. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button if you want more content just like this. I make a few videos every week and I always have opinions on things. I also do Let's Plays, and I do giveaways and all that good stuff. So until the next video, guys, it's been your friendly neighborhood Birdman, and I'll catch you in the next Let's Talk with the Birdman.